right, we're gonna do all characters ranked for the month of November 2024, and I gotta give a big shout out to everybody that came out to last month's videos, one of my most liked videos for the month. And before we get into making the list, I gotta kind of give some context of what I'm thinking about when I assign the different characters into different tiers, and mostly it has to do usefulness and how often I am using the character. And there are a lot of game modes, and the game modes that I'm considering in general is Arena, Raids, Cosmic Crucible, Alliance War, and now we have Battle World. So if a character is useful in nearly every game mode and is good at it, they will get an S tier. And it's not just the individual merits of the character, but it also has to do with their team. So right now, Annihilators are one of the best teams in the game. For me, absolutely by far S tier. So we're gonna throw Thanos, in-game Thanos up here as well. And then we have plug and play monsters, which is gonna be like Odin and Mephisto and Old Man Logan are gonna be S tier. Exceptional are gonna be characters that are useful in many game modes. So like right here, we've got Penny, which is a part of Spider Society, not only useful in Alliance War and Crucible, but also Raids. And then we've also got Illuminati, just very good in Alliance War and Crucible. 2 game modes are gonna be characters or teams that are useful, let's say in Alliance War and Crucible. So right here, we have Iron Patriot, which is part of the Cabal, useful in Alliance War and Crucible, absolutely. And then Lizard can be used in both of those game modes as well. 1 game mode is going to be Specialists. So like right here, we've got Abomination, which is part of Gamma, which is useful primarily in War. And then we've got Cloak, and that is good with New Warriors inside of Crucible. Marginal characters are 2 types of characters. First, we're showing here Chavez, which this also could include characters like Emma or Cable, where their passive does something and they can be used at times in their various game modes. For example, America Chavez gets used quite a bit inside of Alliance War. I wouldn't put resources into Chavez because she's only there for her passive. And then we've got Ant-Man, which is part of Infestation. These are going to be teams that may or may not be useful, let's say in 1 game mode, but I strongly feel are not going to be used in the near-term future, and they're going to be moving into the trash category, which are going to be characters that are just not good. And I'm using them in Blitz, and I rarely use them in any game mode, and I would not
Boomer, I'm really happy for you. I'm going to let you finish, but did you know that this video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends? That's right, use the link in the description or scan the QR code up here right now to get tons of free stuff for brand new players, 2 free epics, Rector Draft, and Tay-Rail. Then head over to my Raid Shadow Legends channel where you see tons of exciting content, including videos with Arnold T101 and Squid Princess. Boop.
I got my hand on your shoulder. Oh, no, I don't. Okay.
Oh! Holy moly!
What is this? Why is your...
I think you just pulled something amazing. F rank. F.
Even he's
It's
mad.
trash.
He's like, I'm trash.
Oh, what
Look at this.
He's a gritter. Oh, this guy. He's a gritter. Oh! Oh! Health freak. I've got some openings in my alliance. Be sure to join 1ATB. I'm the best. And use the link in the description or scan the QR code now to get tons of free stuff for new accounts and get Rector Draft once you get to level 25. Okay. Let's check it out. And I wanted to talk about 2 characters that are coming out of the trash category. And I don't know where to put them yet, but they are scheduled to be reworked. And that is the 2 members that they announced in the Absolute A-Force team, Wasp and Ironheart. And I don't know where they're going to land, but reworked characters typically get used. So I'm going to just, for now, put them in the one game mode because I don't know. I don't know where they're going to be, but we will have to see. Then we've got Absorbing Man. Now, Absorbing Man is a pre-taunting tank, and he's being used on an individual basis at times in Alliance War and in Crucible. Now, I don't know if I would give him a 1 or a 2. He's kind of on the edge. I'm going to be a little bit more generous to him because he's a pre-taunting tank, and I just like pre-taunting tanks. My experience is that pre-taunting tanks like Gladiator and Absorbing Man tend to have longer shelf lives than the team that they were initially designed to work in. All right, now here's a fun one. Adam Warlock. Now, I would have put Adam Warlock in marginal or maybe in the trash. In fact, I'm going to move the rest of his friends in the Infinity Watch to trash. There's a small chance that Adam Warlock will see high use inside of Battle World, specifically in the Null fight. Currently, he is good in difficulty 3. Not sure how that's going to play in difficulty 4 or 5. When we know that, I might be bumping him up on the list, but for now, he's going to go in the one game mode, and this has to do with his basic applying bleeds and extending the duration of negative effects, specifically bleed, an extra turn, which is super helpful in getting around the boss Null's damage cap and barrier. Agatha, oh my god, Agatha is very good with Night Stalkers, getting tons of use in Crucible and War, but I'm gonna put her in the exceptional category because she's a reworked character post Ares stats, and I'm gonna be giving higher weightings and move characters up higher on the list if they are post Ares. So after Ares, the characters in the game got better stats, 30% boost, which I think is important to take in consideration on this list because in some ways this list is like a priority of what is good to upgrade. All right, so we got Braun. Pretty much we're going to put him with his friend Abomination. Just use Alliance War. Apocalypse, one of the best characters of the game, without a doubt, S tier. Archangel, oh my god. Marginal, we're gonna put him in the trash. Dumpster him. I'm just not using this guy. I am not using this guy. You could make a case for putting him in marginal, but we're gonna put him in the trash. Oh, look at this, Moon Knight. We gotta pull Moon Knight out of this. Moon Knight needs to come up here for sure. Is Moon Knight the best? I don't know. I feel like Moon Knight is one of the first members to get replaced off the Night Stalkers. So we're going to drop him into 2 game modes, which I'm strongly feel. I might have to go through and see if there's any other reworked characters. If I make any mistakes, put it down in the comment section. There will be a final copy of this list put on my Discord server at one point. This is going to be the initial rough draft, which I'm going to walk through. Now, Ares has a pretty good passive. I'm going to put him in the exceptional category. I'm kind of annoyed with Ares a little bit. For sure, he's good in Alliance War, but he's so slow. And I am using him quite a bit in Crucible just for his passive, which is similar to that Apocalypse, where characters can't spawn with... You know what? I'm going to drop him down to 2 game modes. This guy is so incredibly slow. I know he has boosted stats, but he drives me insane with his speed. So we're going to put him in the 2 game mode category. Oh, Beta Ray Bill on his last legs. I'm going to put him in marginal for now. Bishop was in the marginal, and I'm going to drop him into trash. I'm sorry. Black Bolt, definitely on one of the better teams, up here, but he's one of the first ones to get replaced. So I'm going to drop him into the 2 game mode category where I feel like a lot of the Illuminati members can go up in the exceptional. Black Cat, over the top good in at least 2 game modes. I'm going to put her in the exceptional camp because of her passive stripping away revive once on spawn makes her more of a plug and play viable character. Plus she has some cool things with Trauma plus stun, always a good time. Black Knight, easily exceptional. And I think I was on the edge of putting Black Knight on between S and or exceptional in the last video. I'd have to go back and look. Black Knight is turning out to be very impactful against Null inside a battle world. We're going to put him up into the S tier. And then it mostly has to do with his retaliation, stripping away barrier, which is one of the core features of making Null problematic. Oh boy. I got to say, War Dogs on their last leg. I'm using them currently as a cleanup inside of War. I feel the same way about Infestation. Some people are using Infestation still on defense, but it's starting to become few and far. Cable is a stick. I think that's the word that they use in other games, is stick, where he's just used for his passive, kind of like Chavez. All right, Captain America definitely getting used inside of Alliance War. And then we've got Captain Paywall. Ugh, pretty useful inside of Crucible and Alliance War, and he is very strong in those two game modes and absolutely dominant. And Captain Britain is by far one of the most player unfriendly releases. It is, that's why we call him Captain Paywall. Not good at all. We've got the other members of Out of Time are generally going to go into one game mode. Then we've also got A-Force going here. Now, this is a team, we're talking about Hive Mind. Hive Mind, oh boy. Hive Mind is still exceptional and pretty much being used in 3 game modes. That'd be Raids, Crucible, and inside of Alliance War. So we're going to put Carnage in the exceptional category. Now, we're not going to put all of the Hive Mind in the exceptional category. We'll get to that when they come up on the list. Right here, we've got another member of Heroes for Hire. Heroes for Hire might be in the trash here pretty soon. And you know what? I'm going to put you in the trash. You go in the trash. You're not getting used. Now, normally I would put him in the one game mode. I could put Cosmic Ghost Rider up here into 2 game modes because he sometimes is used on offense inside of Crucible. I'm not really sure. He is definitely a little bit better than his counterparts. I'm going to put him in the 1 game mode. All right, we've got Cosmo 1 game mode. That's going to be nowhere in Alliance War. We got Coulson 1 game mode and it's Alliance War. Call, you're going into the dumpster. Cyclops, I want to put him in the marginal category. So when we talk about Extreme X-Men, yeah, Extreme X-Men can be used in raids. Definitely used in Crucible, definitely used inside of Alliance War. However, this guy gets replaced first, always, with Old Man Logan or Rogue or whatever. And oftentimes, I'm not using this guy at all. I could be generous and give him a 1 game mode, but no, he's going into marginal. All right. We've got you, 1 game mode. There you go. Dawkins being used in 2 game modes, Alliance War and in Crucible. Oh boy. All right, so we're going to talk about Pegasus. Pegasus right now is temporary useful in a battle world until the full Astral team comes out, but do not put resources into Pegasus. My goodness. I feel like Pegasus will be going into the trash bin probably once Shadow King comes out. So not good. Definitely low on the list. All right, we're going to put you up there. And then also we're going to put Deathpool. Now, Deathpool actually is useful on a couple different teams and is one of those Marvel Strike Force special characters like Vol and Kestrel and Weaver. I could put Deathpool up here, but I don't know. On an individual basis, doesn't seem that impactful. Gets used on Mercs for Money inside of War. Gets used on New Warriors inside of Crucible. So we're going to get to put 2 game modes for now. Doc Ock, definitely 2 game modes. There you go. We'll put you next to your friend Lizard. Doom, boy. I have a hard time saying Doom is exceptional, but Doom is definitely used in 2 game modes. Okay, Dormammu, again, very, very useful. Do I want to put Dormammu in exceptional or 2 game modes? I'm going to be generous today and put Dormammu in exceptional. I feel like every minute that goes by in this game, there is a anti-revive mechanic that is made available. And yes, Dormammu is still plug and play, useful in Crucible and Alliance. I'm putting in 2 game modes. I'm dropping them down. I made up my mind. All right. You are in the trash. All right. Echo is a stick going into the marginal category. Ooh, then we've got a 1 use Sinister 6. I'm going to put 1 game mode, not used in Crucible, low priority. We got Emma, which is a stick going into marginal. We've got single game mode right there. Forge is in 2 game modes. And so we're going to put, majority of the extreme in 2 game modes. They're useful not only in Crucible, but Alliance War. So Gambit will go up here. Now, this is interesting. I had been putting Gamora inside of the marginal category, but now that Moondragon has been shifted to another team, I'm going to put Gamora in the trash. That breaks my heart. Probably one of the longest standing good teams in the game has been Infinity Watch, but with the departure of Moondragon to another team, I'm not going to even probably use them as a SAC team anymore. I'm going to put Gamora in the trash. This is a really horrible day. Ghost Rider Robbie. Feel the same way about Ghost Rider Robbie as I do Black Cat. Just the whole way that he works with bleeds makes him useful outside of the Secret Defender team, even though the Secret Defender team is very good in multiple places. Robbie, I feel like, specifically the way that he works with bleed, is going to be useful for a longer period of time than some of the other Secret Defenders. All right, we got SpiderGwen. Now, I do agree that the Hive Mind team is exceptional. SpiderGwen is usually the first one to get dropped off of the team, or one of the ones that's considered to be dropped off the team. So I'm going to put SpiderGwen into 2 game modes. All right, Gore. Gore is exceptional. Now, here's the thing about Gore. Actually, I'm going to put Gore in S, just for fun. The only reason we're going to put Gore in S is the way that Gore deals with revive once and charges, which means that Gore might be useful as a plug and play character even after the Annihilators are phased out. Out of the 3 Annihilators, and we're specifically talking about in-game Thanos, Gladiator, and Gore. Gore was the most disappointing to me, but I think I'm kind of torn between putting Gore in S, definitely a low S. But I think that the plug and play ability of, the anti-revive, the anti-charge makes Gore useful. I've seen people leave Gore off of their defense in Crucible just so they can use Gore on offense, although not my favorite. Now, Green Goblin is a two game mode character, but I'm going to put him specifically in the exceptional, just bump him up a little bit. Guardians is a great team, or Alpha Flight rather, and we got Guardian right here. Definitely used inside of Spotlight Raids, definitely used inside of Alliance War, and definitely used as a plug and play character and gets use in Crucible. So we're going to give him an exceptional. My opinion on this guy has changed, and a lot of the Alpha Flight has plug and play viability. North Star has a way of getting rid of revives. This guy gives offense up on spawn, which makes him useful in Crucible. And then Sasquatch is a pre-taunting tank, which I'm generally a fan of. All right, then we've got Venom, and Venom is usually one of the ones that gets dropped off of the Hive Mind team. I'm going to put Venom down here in 2 game modes. Gwenpool is only useful inside of Crucible, so we're gonna put you here with some of your teammates and in a 1-game mode. Hela, oh boy, where do we put Hela? Definitely good in Alliance War, and also in, at times in Crucible. The team is better for sure. So this was a team that was a 1-game mode before. They're getting bumped up to 2-game modes. Hulk is going next to his friends there. Icarus. I feel like Icarus for a long time was a 2-game mode character. I don't know if I used Icarus in the last week. I can't put Icarus in marginal. I'm going to put Icarus in 1-game mode. Icarus might still be 2-game mode. I'm torn on this, but I'm just finding that I'm not using Icarus as much as I once did, which is kind of sad. It would be pretty easy to make a case for 2-game modes on Icarus, but we're going to drop him down. All right, we've got another member of Pegasus, which is marginal. And we've got Iron Man, which is kind of leftovers of the Illuminati. Iron Man still can see some use inside of Crucible if one does not have Captain Britain. Iron Man also will see use inside of Alliance War if one does not have Captain Britain, but oftentimes I am not using. So like I think for me, Iron Man is a 1-game mode, but if you don't have Captain Britain, Iron Man might be a 2-game mode character. We will also see how important the difference between the two is going to be on the Shadow King Trials, which is just around the corner. All right, you're going in marginal. Okay, 1-game mode there with A-Force. Put you next to your friend Marvel. Jubilee. Trash. Gotta go in the trash. All right, Ms. Marvel Hard Light is still used in 2-game modes, but does not make the cut to go into the exceptional category with her friends Black Cat and Ghost Rider Riber. Kang. All right, Kang will always be in this marginal category for a long time just because of his usefulness with his passive. And that pretty much makes him a 2-game mode character. So King is going to go up here. For sure, he's useful in Alliance War and Crucible, but even long after he's power crept, he's going to be like this Chavez, Emma, so on. I mean, basically, he has a similar passive to that of Cable, and Cable's still used, right? So Kang is very good and will be for a long time. Kingpin, just use Alliance War. Korg as well. We've got another member of the Superior Six, the 2-game mode character, Lady Deathstrike. Boy, we're going to put Lady Deathstrike up here in exceptional. Not only used in raids, but also inside of Crucible and Alliance War. The damage on her is absolutely scary. Loki. Oh boy. Loki. We're going to put Loki in the trash. My goodness. So there is some case use for Loki's passive because he speeds up. I don't know. I don't remember specifically what the tag is, but I know like you can use Loki with Eternals just to speed up the Cersei. So Cersei goes first. It's pretty situational. I'm going to put Loki in the trash for now. I think you could make a case for him going into marginal. And you're trash. I mean, maybe you could use them right now in the raid rooms in Cosmic Crucible, but that is so temporary. Luke Cage is definitely on its last leg with Heroes for Hire. Mephisto. Any doubt about this? Any doubt about this? All the way to the top, you know, like that. I mean, I might at the end of the video, I'll try to like loosely move them into what I think order they will be. Heroes for Hire on its last leg inside of Alliance War defense. I feel like it's just almost done for them. So we're going to put them there in marginal next to Luke Cage. And then we've got Mockingbird 1-game mode. Moondragon with Astral is in the exceptional category for sure. They're going to get used in Alliance War and Crucible, and Battle World is something to consider as well. One game mode, Hela. One game mode. Actually, I feel like we're using Hela maybe in 2 game modes. I could put Hela in 2 game modes, but I'm going to put Hela down here for 1 game mode for now. We've got Hank, which is a part of the Illuminati. I'm not going to, well, we could put Hank up here, but I'm going to just put the new members of Illuminati, which is going to be Hank, Black Panther Shuri, and Captain Britain, and we're going to put him next to his friend Black Bolt. 1 game mode next to Kingpin. In the Underworld team in Alliance War, Mysterio gets put up here in 2 game modes. Nakia is on its last leg with War Dogs. Is this Black Panther Shuri? Oh, what? You guys are probably screaming at the screen. Oh, you need to go up here. I'm so sorry. I apologize to you so much. This video has been going on for 20 something minutes and I didn't see you down there. I'm so sorry. People were probably screaming all the way from the beginning of the video. And I'm sure there's other ones that I missed also. Let's put you up here with your friend Iron Patriot, 2 game modes. Oh, you're going into the trash. Nick Fury, trash. That's not entirely true. I feel like there might be a situational use, like for him, because he's pretty fast, right? And him just going early in the match and then doing the special to give the team speed up. But no, not really. Marginal. All right. Nico is used inside of Alliance War. Oof. We're going to put Nightcrawler way up here. But Nightcrawler is exceptional. We're going to put Nightcrawler next to Green Goblin Classic. Nobu, 1 game mode next to his Underworld friends. And then we got North Star, which can be used not only in raids, Crucible, Alliance War, but also it has plug and play potential because of his ability to remove revive once. Nova. Oh, I feel like Nova should be good in more than 1 game mode, but the reality is I'm not even using Nova outside anymore, outside of Alliance War. So there you go. All right, there we got Okoye is marginal. Old Man Logan, no doubt about this. S tier character all the way to the top. Okay, Omega Red is used in 1 game mode, but like Adam Warlock, there is a situation with his basic extending the duration of negative effects on Null. So Adam Warlock and Omega Red may move up in importance once we determine if this bleed strategy on Null boss will continue. Because the best team that we currently know about while running on difficulty 3 includes those 2. The team, if you're not familiar, is Omega Red, Adam Warlock, Mephisto, Old Man Logan, and Black Knight. But we'll see. Pandapool, 2 game modes with his friends up there. Peter B goes all the way up to exceptional. Love this guy. Phoenix, marginal. I don't know, man. I find that I wouldn't say trash, but not really being used. Photon, 2 game modes. So you can be slotted in with Secret Defenders and is absolutely used inside of Alliance War. Phyla, trash. Oh, Proxima, trash. Quicksilver. I want to say 2 game modes. Definitely gets used in Alliance War and Crucible. I feel like this guy might be going into 1 game mode at some point. All right, Red Goblin all the way up the top with his friends up here. There we go. And we'll put Void Knight up there when we get to him. Red Hulk can be used with Apocalypse inside of Crucible, which makes him a tad better than his rest of his Gamma because of what he does with his special. Plus, he has some revive removal. So he's good. Absolutely going to put him in the 2 game mode category. Red Skull is going to be marginal. There's a very small case use for him with Cabal inside of Crucible, but it's in the same category of Chavez and Emma, where you don't want to put a lot of stats into them. Trash. Well, I want to put those guys in. I want to put those 4 guys into trash. Oh, this guy also marginal. I know that he can be used sometimes on one of this teams. Maybe I could put him in a 1-game mode category, but I'm not sure. 1-game mode or marginal, not great. Rogue, definitely used in 2 game modes, quite good. The horsemen are proving to be pretty good still today. You know, we're talking about Morgan Le Fay and Red Hulk, and they're still used, right? Outside of their teams. The only exception to that is going to be Archangel. No. Ronin, 1-game mode inside of Alliance War. Sabretooth, 1-game mode. Sasquatch, I'm going to put him in the exceptional category. Used these 3 right here, not only are plug and play, but very useful in raids and in Alliance War. And I'm finding they also get used inside of Crucible. Scarlet Witch, marginal at best. Scientist Supreme. All right, so this is the Orcus team. And might have, I don't know if the rest of the Orcus is here. Orcus is raid, Crucible, and also useful in Alliance War. So we're putting them in the exceptional category for sure. I might have to add in Orcus down here. Looks like they are missing from my images. So we will do that when we get to the end and see if we forgot anything. Again, I feel like Cersei and Icarus are falling off, so I'm going to put them in 1-game mode. Shang-Chi is suspect on the marginal, dropping off. Sometimes he's used in Crucible, but it's been a long time. She-Hulk, 1-game mode, Alliance War. Shocker, 1-game mode. So the inferior 6, if you will. OG Shuri, not to be confused with Black Panther Shuri. Night and day, my apologies to Black Panther Shuri. Still used in Alliance War, 1-game mode. Silver Surfer is used in a lot of different places. I don't find that, of course, he's not as good as the other Annihilators. And I don't even think he's as good as Ultimus. So we're going to put him 2-game modes. Probably could drop him even further. Tangled Web. Yeah. 2-game modes for sure. We're going to put you up there. And we're going to put Weaver up there. Weaver might be exceptional. But I'm just going to put Weaver in 2-game modes for now. Along with Big Time Spider-Man. Just very good, very fast. Get use out of Big Time Spider and Alliance War and Crucible quite frequently. Noir and Pav are going to go all the way up to the top with their friends inside of the Spider Society, one of my favorite teams. Pav will go up there as well. So all 4 of the Spider Society are an exceptional, and then we've dropped down Gwen, SpiderGwen down to 2-game modes. All right. We've got Slayer is 2-game modes. Going to go up here with Doc Ock and friends. There you go. And then we've got Spider-Woman used in 1-game mode, which is going to be A-Force. We've got Starbrand in 1-game mode. That'd be Alliance War. Star-Lord Annihilator is 1-game mode, but often is the first member of Nowhere that is dropped off the list. You know, might consider putting him in marginal. He's going to be the first one. All right, so we got OG Doctor Strange, which is about a part of the Astral team. So we're going to put him right here next to Moon Knight. All right, we got Sunfire, which is a part of the A-Force, but doesn't have the plug-and-play options. Definitely is getting used in 2-game modes right now, Alliance War and Raids, and sometimes Crucible, but not nearly as interesting as North Star and Guardians. So we're going to put right here 2-game modes. Sunspot. Sunspot. Oh boy. Sunspot, I think you could make a case to go up here with his friends Extreme, but it's not that often. Sometimes he's the first one to be dropped. I'm going to put him there for now because, yes, he's useful in raids and then also inside of Crucible at times, in Alliance War at times. So we're going to put him up there with 2 game modes. Super Skrull, way up the top, right? We got kind of like the best characters in the game, definitely S tier. Swarm is a marginal, falling off with Infestation. Kestrel. Kestrel's interesting. All right, Sylvie in the trash. Void Knight to the top. And Void Knight also, you know, these 3 right here, I think are going to be good for a longer time. I do think they're getting ready to go into the 2 game mode category because of their power levels. They're kind of flimsy because they're pre-Ares. But for now, we'll put them up at the top. Taskmaster, 1 game mode. Up there with his friends, Nobu and Kingpin. OG Thanos is in the trash, but contrasted with Endgame Thanos, which goes all the way up to the top with his friends, the other Annihilators. Then we've got Leader, which is going to go up here with Namor and Iron Patriot. Thing could be put in the marginal category because oftentimes he's the first one that is dropped off of the new Avengers team. Thor only gets used in war. Tigra only gets used in war. Titania maybe gets used in Crucible. This guy gets used on the Underworld team. Ultimus is more situational, but yet highly effective. The Annihilators, exceptional in my opinion. Silver Surfer, 2 game modes. But yeah, I'm getting a lot of use out of Ultimus. He absolutely explodes tanks. Ultron, we're going to put Ultron in marginal. I can't even put Ultron in 1 game mode anymore. Unfortunately, that's just how I feel. Then we've also got a marginal just used because of her passive. Venom, and I know people always get mad when I put Venom in 1 game mode. I just don't use him. It's just that simple. I use the 3 all the time. Sometimes I use Gwenom, but I never use Venom. Even in raids, Venom gets replaced with Super Skrull. I could put Venom even lower. I'm just, I know people get mad at that all the time. All right, I'm waiting to do Vol because I'm still thinking about where I want to put Vol. That's kind of a tough conversation. Vulture is definitely being used in 2 game modes. Put him up with his other friends of the Sinister and Superior 6 team. Wolverine, we'll put him next to Sunfire. Wong, nope. Trash. Okay. X-23, 1 game mode. Yellow Jacket is marginal, probably going into trash. Zemo has a marginal case use in Crucible with Cabal. So there you go, right next to his friend. I thought I put Vulture up already here. Well, let's put Vulture up there again. I don't know. Did it not go, or did I say the name? Oh, I grabbed Vol. Okay. So let's talk about this, and we're going to have to go get the images for Orcus because Orcus is not here. Vol. Where is Vol useful right now? Well, that's a tough one. I don't want to say Vol is not used anywhere. I definitely got some use out of Vol in Dark Dimension, and I might be getting use with Vol on that special node in Battle World that requires, like, it's on the 5th day. It's like the bonus node that is mostly about Odin and Vol. I can't, and then also she's a Marvel Strike Force special character. I'm gonna kind of give Vol like an extra special place in my heart, but it's hard for me to put Vol any higher than this. I feel like even Kestrel is in this category. I don't know if I put Kestrel in 2 game modes. I don't see Kestrel very easily here on this list, but Kestrel is probably in the same place, in my opinion, as Vol. Let's keep going. Zombie Iron Man, Zombie Juggernaut, and Scarlet Witch are going to go right up here with Hela. I do want to say, and I do want to say, I think that Zombie Juggernaut pre-taunting tank may be useful in more places. But this team, seems to be getting a new member every year. Useful in Alliance War for sure, but I'm also seeing uses outside of Alliance War, so keep that in mind. All right, we don't know where Kingpin's going to be. Kingpin's going to be legendary. I can't imagine him being any lower than exceptional. Probably S tier, and then we got to put the rest of the astral up there in the exceptional category as well. All right, so we don't really know where Null is going to land. I can't imagine Null being anything other than S tier. And then as far as the rest of the Orcs team, they're going to go up here with Lady Deathstrike in the exceptional category. Not really any doubt in my mind. They are useful inside of raids, inside of Crucible, and inside of Alliance War, and they are post Ares, so that makes them very good. And then we also have the other remaining members of Night Stalkers. Not only are they used in most game modes, all three of these actually have some pretty good plug and play viability. So they're gonna go way up here. We've already got Oath up there. Then we also have Blade. So there we go. And that'll do it for right now. Now I'm going to kind of just take a quick overview of them and move them into the, like, what I think are the most best spots. All right, a rough recap of the entire list. Of course, we've got our plug and play awesome characters: Odin, Mephisto, Apocalypse, Old Man Logan, Super Skrull, and Black Knight. Big fan of the Annihilators, those three in particular. I think they're going to be amazing for a long time. We don't really know where Shadow King and Null are going to be, but I suspect they're going to be S. Null for sure. Shadow King, we will see. Ultimus is still useful for the Annihilators, but a little bit more situational. Then we've got Night Stalkers and Orcs, which are very good being used in not only raids, but Alliance War and Crucible. Then we've got the remaining members of Astral. So we got Kingpin and the other two, Ancient One and the new Emma. And then I put the reworks down here. I don't really know where they're going to line up. This is my best guess as of right now. The next time I make this list, they will probably be in a different place. Spider Society, Illuminati, parts of Hive Mind and Secret Defenders still make the list. The best character out of this Superior 6 and Extreme. And then I like Alpha Flight, mostly because of their plug and play availability. Don't know where these guys are going to land up. I think that Moon Knight's the first to be dropped. Hard Light, not as good as the above. Cabal, the rest of the Superior and the good members of the Sinister Six. Ares, plug and play. We got the lower tier Illuminati, still very good. Mercs for money. These two break my heart. Extreme. And then we've also got Undying. And then a lot of these are plug and play members down here. Gamma, one game mode. Masters, New Warriors, one game mode. Reworks potentially coming to these two, don't know. Usefulness inside of Battle World. Then we've also got Weapon X used in war, Out of Time used in war, A-Force used in war. The Inferior 6 is typically used inside of war. Cersei Nicaris probably could go higher, but I'm not sure anymore. Undying, just used in war. Nowhere, just used in war. And then we've got Masters of Evil. These sometimes are being used, sometimes inside of Crucible. We got New Avengers being used inside of War. And then we've got just some plug and play characters that I think are okay, which is Venom, Kestrel, Vol, Morgan Le Fay, and Iron Man. Then here are characters that I would not put resources into from here to here. And then the rest of the characters on the list may have some limited use, but I feel like they're on their way out. And then in general, everything here in the trash category is seeing little to no use. And lastly, a big shout out to Raid Shadow Legends. Link will be in the description, or scan the QR code here on the screen. You're welcome to join my Alliance 1 ATB if there's any openings, and new players using that link will get 2 free epic champions, Tayrell and Rector Drath. You get Rector Drath after you get to level 25. They're quite exceptional. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comment section. Anything you disagree with, I'll be looking, and I will be updating this list and posting it on Discord from time to time based on your feedback. Bye for now.